This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Oh, it is what we do. Good morning, Nonstop News starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
That's right. We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us another look at weather in just a few minutes.
All right, start off, though, with Joy Bergen and on-time traffic. David Mendoza up in the chopper. What do the roads look like here, Joy? Oh,
yeah, so he was in the chopper. Unfortunately, he had to land because of some of the flying conditions. I don't know anything about that, but he is now in road cam, so that's even better. He is on the ground telling us exactly what he sees. So far, though, we've had an easy morning. Downtown, the lower level of 35, closed right now southbound from 37 to I-10. A little bit of congestion approaching that. There's also a little bit of a slowdown on the west side. Eastbound lanes of Highway 90 as you're approaching Loop 1604. There's a disabled vehicle there, but it's off on the shoulder, so we do still have all lanes open there. Here's photojournalist David Mendoza now joining us live from Road Cam. David, the sun is coming up. Looking okay from where you are, right?
Hey, Joy. Yeah, it's looking pretty good outside right now. Unfortunately, I think we have something going on in the southbound lanes of 35 and 410 over on the city's northeast side. Right now, I'm on the east side, 35 north and Eisenhower Road. It's moving along over here. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated with what I see up here. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. As soon as we get that update, we'll bring it to you here live with your on-time traffic.
President Trump says he expects Operation Epic Fury in Iran could take more than a month to end. However, he also claims it's ahead of schedule to reach his goals.
6 service members have already died. New video and photos are showing the operation in progress and the aftermath of those strikes. Officials in the administration are set to brief lawmakers on the conflict today. Many Democrat leaders argue Iran did not pose an imminent threat to the U.S. President Trump is vowing to destroy Iran's missile capabilities, saying he wants to make sure they don't have a nuclear weapon.
U.S. is urging Americans to leave the Middle East because of, quote, serious safety risks as that conflict continues. The Saudi Defense Ministry has confirmed the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia was hit by 2 suspected Iranian drones. Now, we are still waiting to find out the impact the conflict will have on military folks living here in San Antonio, especially people who either have family members stationed there in the Middle East or even family members living over in Iran. One woman we spoke with, Ida Egbalini, left the Middle East 4 years ago to study here in the United States. She says she hasn't spoken to her family since the fighting began over the weekend. And Jeffrey Adicott, who is both a St. Mary's professor and also a retired lieutenant colonel, says the mission here is clear. The U.S. is trying to keep suspected nuclear weapons out of the hands of the Iranian government.
We're emotional. We're angry. We're worried about our families. We're worried about ourselves. We're worried about our nation.
Whatever follows next, it will be an Iran that doesn't have access to nuclear weapons, an Iran that does not have any more ballistic missile capability, an Iran that cannot be harmful to their neighbors.
Local law enforcement is also on alert. San Antonio police have increased patrols and urging folks to report anything they see as suspicious.
Gas prices are climbing as the war with Iran rattles global oil markets. Analysts say steeper increases could be around the corner. Experts say drivers could see prices rise between 5 to 10 cents a day in the short term. They point to panic from wholesalers, some of which are raising their prices by 25 cents a gallon out of fear of massive price increases. Someone made a $553,000 bet that Iran's supreme leader would be out of power shortly before an Israeli strike killed him. The bet was made on the prediction market site Polymarket under the trading name MAGA My Man. The trade drew scrutiny from Congress, who claim people with classified information are profiting off lethal military strikes. White House denies any senior officials were involved. President Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr. is an advisor to Polymarket.
Less than 15 minutes now before 7 a.m. New this morning, Uvalde CISD has announced that Dr. Juan Hinojosa is now its interim superintendent. Dr. Hinojosa is currently the executive director of operations at Harlandale ISD in San Antonio, and previously the Uvalde head football coach and athletic director. The previous superintendent, Ashley Colas, is headed to Pflugerville to become the district's chief of staff. Today is election day for the March primary with many hotly contested races there on the ballot. Christina De Leon is live in the Content Center with more information on the polling sites and what you need to take to those sites if you do indeed cast your ballot. Christina, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, David. Good morning, everyone. You know, we're expecting record turnouts like what we saw in early voting with more than 183,000 people who have already cast their ballots. And the polls are going to be open in about 15 minutes or so at 7 a.m. and they're going to stay open for a full 12 hours until 7 p.m. Now, some of the biggest races on the Democratic side is the race for county judge that puts incumbent Peter Sakai against former Mayor Ron Nirenberg. Whoever wins on that side of the ticket will face off against the only Republican candidate, Patrick Van Dolen, in November. The race between U.S. Senator also on the ballot. That includes Democratic candidates James Tallarico and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Whoever wins that race will go up against the Republican candidates in that race. They include current Republican incumbent Senator John Cornyn against Attorney General Ken Paxton and Congressman Wesley Hunt. Now, we spoke to the Bexar County Elections Administration about security out at those polling locations, and here's what she told us.
We have been working side by side with Bexar County Sheriff's Department. They have been assigned to certain regions throughout the county, so we have our sheriff deputies in place. We also maintain a certain percentage here at our office. So if an emergency were to arise, we would call out to the people in that region and send from here as well.
Okay, a few things to keep in mind. There are hundreds of polling locations that you can go to. You can go to any one of those polling locations. Something else to keep in mind, a lot of people did not get that voter ID card. You do not need it. All you need is a government-issued picture ID, like a driver's license, a military ID, or a passport. Again, a government-issued picture ID. Do not wear any clothes with a candidate's affiliation or a party affiliation on it. And again, the polls open at 7 a.m. If you are in line before 7 p.m. when they close, you will still be able to cast your ballot. Stay in line if you are there before 7 p.m. They will take record of it and you'll be able to cast your vote. Again, polls open in about 12 minutes, 7 a.m., and they will close. Be open for a full 12 hours at 7 p.m. That is the latest. Live in the Content Center, I'm Christina De Leon. Marissa, we'll send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. It turns out San Antonio will not be hosting the Democratic National Convention in the next national election cycle. Last summer, Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones faced an ethics complaint alleging she misused city resources to recruit the 2028 Democratic National Convention to the city. The Democratic National Committee announced Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Denver, and Philadelphia are the finalists to host the next event. They say each city will be visited to assess logistics and operational factors. It's scheduled to take place August 7th through the 10th in 2028. Republicans will be hosting their convention in Houston that same year.
President Trump says he will attend the White House Correspondents' Dinner this year for the first time while in office. In a post on social media, the president says it will be, quote, the greatest, hottest, and most spectacular dinner of any kind ever. President Trump boycotted the dinner during his first term, along with last year's event. He's criticized the dinner in general. This year's event is scheduled for April 25th. The Justice Department is suing Live Nation, claiming its monopoly is hurting competition in ticket sales. Live Nation, which merged with Ticketmaster in 2010, denies the claims. If the DOJ wins the case, the companies could split. The trial is expected to last at least a month.
Justin Timberlake is suing to block the release of police body cam footage from his 2024 DWI arrest. The singer and actor says the video's release would cause irreparable harm to his reputation and privacy. Timberlake pled guilty to driving while impaired in the New York Hamptons in 2024. As part of a plea deal, he agreed to give a public safety announcement against drunk driving, as well as pay a $500 fine.
A trial for Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter is underway in San Francisco. The case is focused on a public statement that Musk made after announcing his plans to buy that platform. Musk claimed the purchase was temporarily on hold because of concerns about spam accounts, but investors say he publicly attacked Twitter in order to get it at a cheaper cost. Musk denied the allegations. Consumer news, Paramount and HBO Max are about to form a super streamer. I'm not sure if that's what you call it, but you get the idea here, because Paramount Plus and HBO Max will combine once Paramount's deal to buy Warner Brothers goes through. No word on if there's going to be a new name or how much that combo would cost, but we are told it would happen in the coming years, end quote. The The merger could take several months to be approved.
Apple unveils the budget model of its most recent lineup of cell phones. The iPhone 17e costs about $600. It has the latest A19 chips, but not all the frills of its more expensive counterparts. Though Apple says it has twice the speed and storage of the company's last budget offering. New model will be available for pre-order starting tomorrow.
And this is the story of the morning. Winter is over according to Starbucks. The new spring menu debuts today. It includes chai, ube, lavender, and coconut flavored drinks. They're also bringing back the iced lavender cream matcha. And later on in the year, or the season rather, look for the new iced mango cream matcha.
Now your certified most accurate four-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Guys gonna make a beeline as soon as we hit 7 a.m.
I was gonna say, let me guess. We are all about that, thinking, yum. You're like, just give me just cream, sugar, and plain coffee.
I'm more of an Americano kind of guy with some cream, but my daughter loves the matcha stuff. Yeah, she gets all these drinks, and so she's always, Daddy, can we go to Starbucks? So I have several Starbucks trips in my future, probably.
I love ube, so I'm going to have to check it out. Hey, don't forget about this. This is happening this weekend. Daylight saving time. It's coming back. We spring forward 1 hour starting at 2 a.m. on Sunday. Here's the new sunrise time. Sunday morning, the sun will come up at 7:51. The sun sets at 7:38. So it's going to rise later and set later. We're going to get more daylight hours as the warm months approach. Clouds block the view of the blood moon here this morning. It's still very cloudy right now. More active pattern coming up. We'll start to see a chance for rain tomorrow. We'll have that again on Friday. Higher rain chances over the weekend. Now, tomorrow and Friday, the rain will be more of a nuisance, but showers and storms will be more impactful this weekend. Here's the weather makers ahead. High pressure is the weather maker that's going to bring us more dry and hot weather today. As that starts to move away, the storm that's currently across the Intermountain West will move towards the Midwest, and that's going to bring this weak front into Texas. Most of the showers and storms late tomorrow, early Thursday will be across North Texas, but there's the chance that we could see some isolated to widely scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm in the hill country and on the north side of San Antonio. Rain chance a lot lower Thursday and then picking back up to a scattered rain chance on Friday. We'll see another storm and front coming across the region. This front sort of stalls out over the weekend, enhancing our rain chances. Then it moves farther south on Sunday. Next week, an upper level disturbance moving in from the west will bring more rain to the area. That could actually bring snow to the panhandle of Texas mid next week. Rain chances ahead, 40% tomorrow and Friday, 60-70% over the weekend. Could see a gusty storm in the area this weekend, possibly locally heavy rain. And we're going to keep a 40% rain chance for the first half of spring break next week. 1 to 3+ inches of rain for the area. This is for the next 7 days. 2 to 4 inches farther north are southern counties. Lower amounts of rain. Look how cloudy it is. Live look outside. Raul B. Rodriguez low weather cameras. Temperatures with the cloud cover this morning, mid to upper 60s. This afternoon, as it turns out, sunny. 87 tomorrow and Thursday. It's going to be a little drizzly in the morning. That could make for some damp or wet roads. 86 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday up to 85 this weekend with those increased rain chances. It's going to get cooler with high temperatures on Sunday in the mid 70s. Monday, it looks like we start off in the low 80s. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. Make sure you have that 4-zone weather app beginning tomorrow if you don't have it yet.
One more check on the roads for you this morning. So far, it's been a fairly light day. We do have construction closures downtown. The lower level of I-35 blocked right now, southbound from 37 to I-10, and there is some congestion as you approach that. Now, the upper level is open. That's where all of our traffic is going to be moving through this area. On top of that, we do have photojournalist David Mendoza live in road cam. And David, you had mentioned you had heard the possibility of a problem along I-35 closer to the northeast side. Have you come across that?
Hey, Joy. Well, good news. It was just some congestion. That was 35 south at Thousand Oaks. Just a little busy in that area. It is getting a little busier throughout the city right now, but the good news, no major working accidents on our highways. Right now, I'm at 410 westbound and Bandera, looking good over here. I'll leave you with that. Drive safe and have a great day. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. That is good news to end on, and we will leave it there. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
Okay, guys, thanks. Finally, if you woke up extra early this morning, you could have had a chance, at least in some form or fashion, to see the total lunar eclipse known as the blood moon. It's called that because the moon turns red or orangish red when it's completely covered by the Earth's shadow. The sunlight bends around the Earth's atmosphere to give it that color. The last time a blood moon was visible in North America was March of 2025, so a year ago. Unfortunately, scientists say it won't happen again until December of 2028. We didn't get a chance to see it really here because of the cloud coverage.
We always run into that problem. Remember
Feels like
during
it.
solar eclipse?
Yeah.
You couldn't really see it either.
You had to get on a plane and go somewhere.
Yeah, to go see these things. Darn that cloud cover. Hey, don't forget to vote. If you don't vote, well then, don't complain.